Hello everyone, Thempyrean here with more new cards. It's time for some lore, but first, a few free agents. We've got something to ring in the new year. It's a big dragon that kind of looks like it could be a branded dragon, but then you realize it doesn't have the traditional Western stuff. It's more of an Eastern dragon. And also, it's an organ. It's a pipe organ for some reason. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Fidraulis Harmonia, a dark dragon tuner. Level 7, it does have 2500 in there, so it does have the stats of a branded dragon, 2000. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. When you put activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand up to 5 single monsters in your extra deck. Apply these effects in sequence based on the total numbers revealed. Also, you cannot activate the effective monster's special summon extra deck until the rest of the end of your next turn, except for synchro monsters. This is a Duel Links ass effect. This would be the text on a Duel Links skill. Special summon this card is for 2. Total number reveal up to. Okay, yeah. 4+, send one of the revealed synchro monsters to the graveyard. Very interesting for some decks. They reveal a bunch of synchro monsters, then send like Packbit or Herald of the Arclight or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what exactly you would want to do with this, but and then 6. I guess this card and up to 5, so that you're revealing 6 in total, including this card. That's what it is. Okay, and then you destroy one monster your opponent controls. So it does some funny stuff going first, is even better going second. It's an interesting card. I don't know exactly what to do with it, but it is a level 7 tuner, and that's kind of interesting in and of itself, that just summons itself for free. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what people can do with this. It's not got an archetype associated with it, and that automatically makes it weaker than it would have been otherwise, just by virtue of that. Although the 25 stat does help. It does help. Next up, we've got Bet It All on one of two. One of two. We're bringing the Monty Hall problem into Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so here it is. Normal spell card. Reveal, or briefly. What is the briefly part there for? Make sure you're doing it like a carny. Hey, shuffle up and deal. Okay, briefly reveal one monster and 2 traps in your deck, and your opponent randomly picks 1. Then you look at the rest and banish 1 trap among them, and your opponent chooses one of these effects for you to apply. So your opponent picks 1, and then you look at the rest and banish 1 trap among them. So there has to at least be 1 trap in there because it's 1 monster, 2 traps. So you're going to banish something. So you automatically, by activating this card, you are getting a free banish on a trap, which can be good. There are some traps that like to be banished. In Sword Soul, it's a free token. Like I don't know what else you might be thinking about, but that one's one that easily comes to mind. I don't know if any of the Malice traps like to be banished. I'm not sure. Also, it doesn't mention that the 2 traps have to be different. They could be the same trap. So, reveal the picked card. So these are the 2 options. They get after you banish 1 trap, then they have to choose whether to stick with the picked card or the not picked card, deal or no deal style. And the idea is, if you reveal the pick card, if it's a monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it, otherwise banish it, which is another trap banish for you, and then shuffle the remaining card into the deck. So it's 1 trap banish, and then if they pick this first one, it's either a Rhoda or another trap banish, like two trap banishes, or a banish and a Rhoda. Or, alternatively, they pick the other option, reveal the card that was not picked nor banished. If it's a monster, add it to your hand. I thought this one special summon it. No, it just adds it to your hand as well. Okay, no, okay. Otherwise, banish it. So, yeah. Now, according to the Monty Hall problem, the way you should always switch on the second one, because the odds of the second choice being the correct choice go up. But obviously, if the one you picked originally is the correct choice, like it doesn't actually make any sense, like intuitively. It's just like statistically you should switch because now it's more likely for that card to be the solution, but it's also likely for the card you have already picked to be the solution in a more realistic sense. I mean, it's funny. Honestly, though, like, card that is sometimes a Rhoda and is sometimes two trap banish, sometimes a Rhoda and a trap banish, and sometimes two trap banishes, is a card that has a place in Yu-Gi-Oh! So the funniest part about this is that it's a joke card that actually might see play. There's nothing stop. It's not even a once per turn. There's no once per turn on this. So like, there's no reason for you, if you're running a deck that has traps that like to be banished and monsters that like to be added to the hand, which is most monsters, to not run 3 of this unless you just don't have room for it. But even then, like, I struggle to see what would be worse than this, or better than this. I mean, in a lot of cases. I don't know. This is interesting. Like like in Sword Soul, I don't know if this is going to see play because getting the banish on the trap card to get the token is not particularly strong. And if you don't get the Rhoda, then it's kind of just a you just got 2 tokens now. You're right. But if there's other decks that like have trap cards, see, the thing is most trap cards want to be in the graveyard to banish themselves. So I'm not sure exactly what deck is looking for this card, but there will be a deck someday that is looking for this card, and it will see play in that instance. I'm very interested to see this card see play. Then we have a trap card, so it's not going to see play. This is a joke trap card, I believe. Oh wait, no, this is the other one. This is this is trap card Nibiru. Summon shot, continuous trap card. Each time a monster's normal special summon plays a summon counter on this card, if the 4th summon counter is placed on this card, remove all summon counters from the card. If you do, send all monsters on the field to the graveyard. Yep. I mean, I guess it also counts your summons, so you can contribute to it to like artificially increase the count. It's not particularly good. Bleh. All right, here's the main event. More lore, more Medius lore. Look at him. All right, here we go. Look at that art. What is going on here? That is so much. It's got lots of different things. It looks like that's the that's like the Artmage like red, and then there's the Doomsy green. I don't remember what the Elvennotes stuff looks like really. I think the Elvennotes stuff wasn't red. I could be wrong. Vidrium, the power patron of Chaos Extermination. That's a name. Dark Fairy, special summon, pendulum scale 11, level 12. So it boxes itself out of its pendulum scale. 5,000 attack. Pendulum effect. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. You can activate one of these effects. Destroy this card, and if you do, special summon a power patron monster from your hand or graveyard. Any of them. Interesting. Okay, so this is going to be a power patron archetype that can theoretically bridge the various power patron, like the decks, which is interesting because there are already some synergies between Artmage and Doomsy. I've seen people toying around with Artmage Doomsy decks in Genesis, so that's really interesting. Destroy this card, although obviously this can't be played in Genesis, but like, you know, this could make it something playable in TCG, right? If it's good. Destroy this card. Also this turn, power patron monster you control whose original level is 12 will gain 5,000 attack. So that gets the extra deck monsters, the really big ones, massive. Absolutely massive. And then the monster effect cannot be normal summon or set. Sure. Must be special summon for your face-up, extra deck, or graveyard by returning a fusion, synchro, and ixies from your face-up field and or graveyard to the extra deck. So that would be the 3 power patrons. Typings, I mean. The Artmage fusions, the Elvennotes synchros, and the Doomsy ixies. No link monsters as of yet. Looks like they're not having a link monster this time around. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll see something later. So we've got Medius Lore Zark, basically, is what we've got here. You can only use the first monster effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is added to your extra deck face up, you can add a Power Patron card for your deck to your hand. That is not particularly hard to do, I feel like. It adds itself to the extra deck. In formats where Electromite is legal, like Master Duel and OCG, you can use Electromite to do that. I think there's like some generic spell traps that just add pendulum monsters to your extra deck face up. I could be wrong on that though. If this card is special summon, banish all cards from the graveyards face down. It really is Medius Zark. It's banishing from the graveyards, but like still unaffected by non-Power Patron monsters effects. That's funny that it does box out Power Patron specifically. It's like it is only able to be taken down by its own kind. That's funny. I like that, actually. Well, I don't like it gameplay-wise, but I like it thematically. All right, Power Patron Shadow Beast Nervetto. We're getting a shit ton of new Power Patrons. Holy moly. Okay, so it's just a whole Power Patron archetype. Dark Illusion Pendulum. Pendulum scale of 1. Oh, that opens up wide open. So 1 to 11. It's a level 10, so it's able to be summoned 300, 200. Interesting stat line. It's got Karibo stats. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. When a monster effect activated by your opponent in response to the activation of your Power Patron Artmage effect resolves, you can negate that effect and destroy this card. We're doing more stuff that's like on the chain negation, which is, I think, interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like the idea of hand traps resolving, you know what I'm saying? That's the only effect it has? That's a pendulum scale? I guess. This card is always treated as an Artmage card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card, monster effect of this card's name each turn. It's always treated as an Artmage card. What? Interesting. What do you look like again? Does that look like the Artmages? I guess. I don't... Oh, he's got like a beak. I guess, yeah. Sure. You can banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down, destroy this card, and if you do special summon Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, from your extra deck. This is treated as a fusion summon. Wow. Wow. Whoa, that's really weird. That's kind of... Whoa, that's interesting. If this card is added to your extra deck face up, you can special summon a Power Patron or Artmage monster from your deck or extra deck face up extra deck, except for Power Patron, Shadow Beast, Nervetto. Oh, so they're all gonna proc on being sent to the extra deck face up? Oh wow. And just like you just get the special summon one from the deck or face up extra deck? Huh. Does that include this guy? He's a Power Patron too. He doesn't have anything must be special summoned. Not even must first be. Okay, good. Okay, so this is going to be the Doom Z one. Power Patron Shadow Machine Zagretto. Dark Machine Pendulum. Pendulum scale 1 as well. Are they all going to be Pendulum scale 1 except for the boss monster? That could be interesting. Level 10, 300, 200. Pendulum effect. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. During a main phase, you can destroy this card and a Power Patron or Doom Z monster in your hand or face-up field. You destroy 1 card in the field. Cute. Okay. And that puts it in the face-up extra deck. Cool. Always treated as a Doom Z card. You only use the first and second monster effect of this card's name once per turn. Banishes top 3 cards in your deck face. That's really fun that this archetype is like seems like a powerful archetype in its own, but also is support for the other archetypes. I wish we did this more often, honestly. I think this is really cool. I love when decks aren't just like plug and play. There's like a little bit of, you can like really mix and mash them. And that's been something that's kind of been dying in Yu-Gi-Oh! As of late. And this kind of brings it back in a more modern way that I think is more likely to succeed. So that's really cool. Banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down. destroy this card, and if you do special summon Jupiter Power Patron Destruction from your extra deck, sure. You can attach one card from your hand to it to give it the Xyz material it needs to actually do anything. Cool. As also treated as an Xyz summon. If this card is added to your extra deck face up, you could add a Power Patron Doomsday spell trap from your deck to your hand. Wow, it just does that on its, it destroys itself. You have to have a Power Patron or Doomsday in your hand or face up field. And that could be a problem, actually. If you had a scale, you just put it on the field and then pop it there. And then they would both go to the face-up extra deck, and then they both proc. Wow. Okay, yeah. That's pretty nutty. And then it adds a Power Patron or Doomsday spell trap if you need any of those. I'm sure the Power Patron ones are going to be good. The Doomsday ones... Anyways. Power Patron Shadow Spirit Junordo. Dark Fiend Pendulum Effect. Pendulum Scale 1, level 10, 300, 200. You know the deal. Yeah, it is the same deal with all of them. You can only use the Pendulum Effect of this monster's name once per turn. If a Power Patron or Elvennotes monster special summon to your field, which is pretty easy to do for the Elvennotes. And for the Power Patrons, honestly. While this card's in the Pendulum Scale zone, you can destroy this card. And if you do, draw 2 cards and discard 1. Wow. It's just also just got to draw 2 in there. This has just got a fucking easy ass draw 2. And it's still, because you have to destroy this card and then discard a card, it is like going neutral, but I'm sure it's going to have something it procs when it hits the extra deck. So it's going to be fine. This card is always treated as an Elvennotes card. You can only use the first 6 active effects of this card's name once per turn. Banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down, destroy this card, and if you do, special summon Junior, the Power Patron of Tuning for your extra deck. Treat it as a Synchro Summon. Yeah. Oh man, and every time these guys, like, if you haven't done it that turn already, every time these guys pop themselves again, they go back to the face-up extra deck and then trigger again. Wow. Oh my god, I didn't think about that until just now. Wow, they'll just do over and over and over again, the repeatability there. And you can, like, I'm sure you'll just be able to pendulum summon them out. And if they get a link or you just make a generic link monster with 2 down arrows and just get more of them out in the field. If this card is added to your extra deck face up, you can add a Power Patron or Elvennotes card, another searcher. It's like they have 2 searchers. Wow. That's crazy. And then they can search Elvennotes cards as well. Okay, wow. Oh, and here's a Power Patron. So wait, hold up. Dude, are these? They're just card. It just says card. This one's spell trap specifically. So this one can grab monsters, and this one grabs spell trap specifically. Let's see what the spell traps are like. Something tells me the Power Patrons are not good. Unleash Power Patron Portal Terminus. Normal spell. You can only use the first and second exit card per turn. Send 1 Power Patron monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Okay, which is not where you want them to be in this case, because you can't get them the extra deck again. Then you can add a Dark Fairy monster from your deck to your hand. You cannot declare attacks this turn except with Power Patron monsters. This adds Medius to your hand, is the obvious target. But I wonder what other... there's lots of Dark Fairies. I wonder what other things you could do that would make this, like, be kind of interesting. It doesn't say they have to be face up extra deck. So you could send, like, you could use you could use this card in, like, Dark Lord or like Despia and just like have a Power Patron in the extra deck, send it, and then add a Dark Fairy. It just locks you out of attacks. Like, who gives a shit? It doesn't lock you out of effects. Huh, that's interesting, actually. At the start of the damage step, if your Power Patron monster battles an opponent's monster, banish this card from your graveyard, banish that opponent's monster face down. Okay. Like that's like an interesting little I like when the spell traps I like when the battle tricks are on the spells and traps as like graveyard effects. I think that's cool. Oh, look at this field spell. Oh, look at that. That's crazy looking. Who's doing the art on the... we never know who does the art on these exactly, but like... I wish we did. I would love to know who's doing the art on this. Null Power Patron Realm. Null Power Patron Realm, Vidria. Okay, so you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can reveal a Power Patron monster in your extra deck, banish one card from your hand face down, and then add to your hand or special summon one monster from your deck that mentions the revealed monster. Which would be all of our new Power Patrons, and probably some other cards, I think. I'm not sure exactly. Add to your hand or special summon, so you can add them to your hand to use them as pendulum scales, or special summon them just directly to get them to use them to their effects to get the guy out of the extra deck. That's really strong. Fuck, this field spell's crazy. And it's just the activatable effect. It's not the unactivation effect. That's really cool. Monster opponent control lose 100 attack for each banished card. Ooh, Grenmaju. We're doing a little bit of Grenmaju stuff in here. I love that. Love to see it. I like when it's a little, just like a little tiny incremental thing like that, like Cheng Ying. Or, yeah, Cheng Ying. Your opponent cannot activate card effects in the graveyard while you control Nerva, Jupiter, and Junora. So all three of them locks them out of graveyard effects. That's kind of annoying. I don't know that you'll ever have all three of them on the field at the same time, but I mean, it seems pretty easy to do. It's just like, why would you want all three of them on the field necessarily? I don't know. Might be good. I don't know. And then we have some new stuff for Artmage as well. Looks like Artmage is recapturing their patron there. Artmage Impact Recapture, Counter Trap. You only activate one card as a card name per turn. If you control an Artmage monster, well, you can activate this card the turn it was set. Wow. If your opponent activates a monster effect, banish a fusion monster you control until the end phase. Okay, you do have to have a fusion monster to banish. And if you do, negate the activation. And if you do that, destroy that card. Then, oh my god, it's got so many instructions. Okay, so you gotta banish a fusion monster you control. And then if you do that, you can negate the activation. And then if you do that, destroy the card. And then if you do that, if you have 3 or more different monster types on the field, return all spell and traps your opponent controls to the hand. This is a very funny card that I don't think is particularly good because it's just, although it is like a very specific situation, but it is a situation you're going to end up in a lot as a player of Artmage, right? So I don't know. And then we have a new Elvennotes. That isn't that? No, it's not her. I don't think. Wait, Regina is part of the Artmages, right? No, she's part of the Diabellstar lore. Okay, so this is from the Diabellstar lore. No, I'm kidding. This is the crossover. This is where Regina comes from. No. Wind spellcaster effect level 6, just like Moa Regina, right? That one's a level 6, right? Nope, it's one of the ones that's not level 6. Get owned. My stupid bit got deflected. And one of the few. All right. 1800, you can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. Quick effect, send one other Elvennotes card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. It doesn't say it has to be in the middle column, which is interesting. If this card is normal or special summon to the center main monster zone, you can special summon... Oh wait, you can special summon an Elvennotes monster from your deck, except for Elvennotes Regina. Oh wait, shit, this is the... let you play on your opponent's turn card for Elvennotes. That's really interesting because the deck is honestly like the Elvennotes stuff is like, doesn't seem awful. So adding like a way to play immediately could be interesting. Although I don't know what you're doing after that. You can summon an Elvennotes monster from your deck except for Elvennotes Regina. If this card is sent to the graveyard as single material, you can add it to your hand. Elvennotes. Yeah, the rest of them have to be summoned to the main monster zone. The center main monster zone, I mean. This one doesn't have to, so that means it can extend when you already have a monster in the main monster zone. But also, if you don't, you can summon it to the main monster. That's a really elegant way to make this kind of card, actually. That's a really cool way to design this card. So, like I said, if you have a card in the main monster zone, center main monster zone already, this just is an extender, just generic extender. as long as you have a Elvennotes card to discard, so it's not exactly a 1 card. But if you don't have something in the center main monster zone, then you get to summon it there and then get some extra stuff going on. It's like if Ostinato did something if you had monsters on field, like it still did a little bit of it, just wasn't as crazy, right? I think that's a much cooler way to design this kind of card. What are you summoning though? The Power Patron probably, and you can make a 7. Can you quick synchro? The Power Patron quick synchros. Yes, it quick synchros. And then you can make Slitzia. And then Slitzia can special summon and decrease. Can you... Hold up. I've got to do math again. Oh no, not Elvennotes math again. Okay, so you go Regina, send an Elvennotes card. I don't know if the Elvennotes cards do anything in the graveyard. It doesn't matter because you're not guaranteed to draw any specific one. There's like no condition on this at all. It's just you just do it. I think you can do it during your opponent's turn. I know some. I think it just can. Yeah. If you special summon this card in the main monster zone or center main monster zone, I keep missing the important part because it's not capitalized. And then you special summon Elvennotes monster from the deck, grabbing the Power Patron. You have to grab the Power Patron. Power Patron summons. You could target the monster in the main monster zone, increase its level by 3, which would get us to 9. That wouldn't get us anywhere. So instead... Wait, but if you use the only way to quick synchro is to do that. You can't quick synchro unless you increase the monster in the center monster zone by level 3. So you have to do that. So you increase it to level 9, and then you can't make anything because this guy requires 2 non-tuners. He's like is he an 11 or a 10? I forget. He's a 10. Yeah, so you do have the right number of stars, but you can't make him because he requires 2 non-tuners. Why is Elvennotes like this, dude? Why is it like this? And the quick synchro doesn't let you make anything other than Elvennote cards. Or the Power Patron. But if you're doing this as a quick thing on your opponent's turn, you're not going to be able to do anything except for just like land these cards on the field and then look at your opponent smugly and go, take that. And then they're going to go, okay. That's a shame though, because like maybe they're going to give us another synchro. Maybe they'll give us a synchro 10. It's weird that they only have 1 synchro. Surely they're not going to, they only have 1 in archetype synchro. They have like a quick effect to make a synchro, and they only have 1 in archetype synchro. Can you get like another one on there? Do any of none of the other ones have like a quick effect to do that? None of them really have anything in the graveyard either. I'm just trying to look for options here. That's really weird. That's really weird. Why are these cards like this? I am going to be permanently confused about Elvennote as an archetype. I just don't know why they made them like this. It's like, oh, these cards are all perfectly designed to make level 10 synchro monsters extremely easily, except for the one that's in archetype. That one requires 2 non-tuners, and so you have to do fucking the craziest math in the world and like think 5 steps ahead to make it. If I remember correctly, it was like a 3-card combo to make it or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at these cards. The Elvennotes are much better as like guy spam deck, as a guy spam deck. And you know, Elvennotes Lucina even has a Regenesis stat. So does this one have a Genesis stat? Hold up. Let me see that stat. 2000. No Genesis stat on the, or Regenesis stat on this one. I mean, okay. So the Artmage one is like it seems really win more to me. The Artmage card seems potentially win more, but it could be actually quite good. I'm not sure. The Elvennotes one is really interesting, but I just don't understand what you're supposed to be doing with it because Elvennote was made by the devil. But the Power Patron deck. Now the Power Patron deck seems quite strong to me. I'm very intrigued by this. And I'm interested to see what they do with the other Power Patron decks as well, like the other Medius decks, lore decks. I don't know. I think these look quite strong, and I'm excited about them. But that's enough about what I think about them. Let me know what you think about these down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate it if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, Fire Mizumi, Beastman, Bryn, and Beelzis. A big thanks to all my patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.